We have Prasad joining us, the CFO of the company, to talk more about numbers, Prasad Patwardhan. But Prasad, I'm curious to start our discussion from an angle which is very actively being discussed in the market. We'll talk about your operating numbers, but where is this news reports everywhere coming from, and what stage? Can you share something about the parent wanting to divest its controlling stake to external parties? Can you share something about it?
Well, we were informed by our parent company in the first week of July, and we immediately informed the stock exchanges about this decision by the parent company to divest their stake in our company. And the the due diligence has commenced, and it's at a preliminary stage right now. So that's where we are right now. We'll have to wait and see how things progress further. And once we get some clarity on this from our parent company, we'll be informing the stock exchanges about it.
Okay, so you are confirming that this is going on and due diligence has started. Obviously, no due diligence of any kind of a big stake sale in the company cannot happen without taking CFO in the loop. But I can understand that you won't be able to, divulge too many details, but at least some shade or color. What kind of parties have expressed interest in picking up this stake? Are there the same domain companies or large consortium coming in? What can you share some color?
Ajay, it's at a very preliminary stage right now. I won't be able to share, any information unless things really move forward and we get informed from the parent company on this. So it would be premature for me to talk about it at this stage.
All right, I get your point. But can you just leave us with your thought that a company such as yours, if somebody, I can see 30-40% revenue growth last 4-5 year trend and the order book scenario. If a transaction happens, how should it should be seen in multiples of revenues or EBITDA? What will be the right one? Because the mix is yours that not many peers are there in the industry.
Well, not many peers, and we have not seen too many transactions happening in the recent past, or in quite some time, we haven't seen any such transactions happening. So there's nothing really against which we can benchmark or I can comment upon right now. So we'll have to wait and see how things go.
All right, Prasad, I understand. Let's move on and talk about earnings then. We have seen a good set of numbers coming in. Can you tell us the growth from here on an annual basis? On the lower side, last 4 years, 30-35%, higher side, 50% kind of growth you've seen so far. But your base has also risen over the years. What is the growth which can be understandable from here on to expect for shareholders from here on?
Well, from where we are today or what we have achieved in the previous financial year or in Q1, we are pretty hopeful of a growth of anywhere between 20-25% on a year-on-year basis. I mean, I'm sure you would understand that a growth rate of about 40% or 50%, sustaining that on a larger base would be difficult. So we are looking at 20-25% growth year-on-year basis, at least for the next couple of years. Then we need to see what sort of orders come in and how things go from there.
Okay, fair point. What is the mix of the incremental orders coming in right now?
Well, largely we have seen orders coming in this year, especially on the marine side, and there's one residential buildings project that we have got recently. So largely we are seeing in residential buildings, in marine and in metro or urban infra, basically, where we are seeing more traction and more projects coming up for tendering.
Expanded your margins by about 50 basis points this quarter. Do you see upward bias in margins even from here?
Well, there is competition. So, and typically orders are won by the lowest bidder. So while there will be economies of scale and benefits that will kick in, but I don't see a significant scope of improvement in our margins going forward.
Okay, Prasad, before we let you go, that you have confirmed that due diligence is on, can you at least give us a color whether it will be a financial investor which are interested or strategics have also come in or a mix of both?
Well, difficult to comment at this stage.
Okay.
I won't be able to comment, Ajay.
But the structure which is taking shape, will the current management stays, only the ownership changes, or there could be a bigger overhaul as well?
Well, we need to see how things pan out before we get to know the minor details of how the things are going to pan out.
Prasad, carefully guarded, not divulging to details. We'll come back to you once we see the final details. But any timeline by when can this transaction finally happen?
Well, as I said, the due diligence is at a preliminary stage right now, so
All right.
difficult to indicate any timeline as of now.
All right, Prasad, thanks very much for sharing whatever you could in this capacity. Thank you.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.